Assalamualaikum, kakak. Apa balik? When I walk down the corridor, there's so many things in my mind. Other than work, basically it's mainly about my home, about my sister. I'm Nazri. I'm 44 this year. I'm a senior engineer with CSC Global. Kakak, balik. The moment when I reach home, the first thing I ask, has my sister eaten? From my sister reaction, I'm able to tell things go wrong, or she's not happy. Did she throw a tantrum? I work closely with my helper to make sure that basically my sister don't give her a problem when I'm going to work lah. Tangan. Apa satu lagi? Dah mamam? Dah makan belum? From what I know is that her mental is of the age of 3. So at the age of 3, that's where you explore things, you know. So when you are at the floor, you are not able to explore. So for her, her perspective is just like that lah. My mother told me, whatever you buy, you always buy for your sister. So there was once incident whereby I bought chocolate for myself only. So being a boy, you know, you are happily munching on the chocolates, but then you were beaten for reasons that you don't understand. To a young boy, having a big chocolate bar is a very, very big thing. That's where my father, he consoled me and says that next time, break it into half, always share with your sister. So I guess I remember it for the rest of my life, through the hard way lah. The whole episode for my family happened during the COVID period. A little bit history. My mother has renal failure. One day, I came back home and I found my dad not able to walk. My dad was saying that he feels pain, everything. So I sent my dad to hospital. I called the ambulance picking him up. That's where we know that COVID struck the family. My mom went to hospital. So my dad go to Tan Tock Seng, my mom go to CGH. Left me and my sister. So you just imagine managing her, bathing her all by myself. My mother actually fell into coma before she passed away. On the 40th day of my mom's death anniversary, we were doing prayers. My body reacted in a very funny way. I feel numbness on my right hand. I was carrying a tray. I let go of my left hand, but my right hand doesn't want to let go. My auntie managed to grab me, put me on the commode, and then I told her, please take care of my father and my sister, then my mom will seal. When I reached the hospital, I think I was put to induced coma. So I was out for about 4 days. When I revive, first thing that I look for is anybody that I know. Because I want to ask them, who is taking care of my sister? Who is taking care of my father? When I was in the hospital, right, I wouldn't say that I encountered a close death experience. No. But that moment makes you think. If you were to be gone just like that, without any preparation for your sister, imagine what would it be like for her, continuing on the days without you. On the recovery process, I reached home. 1 week later, after I reached home, my dad passed away. So it's like one sharp bend, you know. But then I told myself, now it's my sister. God gave me 4 days induced coma for me to rest. After that, God said, okay, you go back to work. You wake up, go back to work. Make sure your sister you jaga, and make sure you uphold the responsibility that your parents gave this, the trust, yeah.
Hi Nazri.
Hi.
Hello.
So that was when I got to know Happy Hearts, then Dr. Chen, Suwan, Nazira, all this kind of thing. They are like a family that I can confide in. When they have advice for me, I know that, okay, this advice is the best. They are like a second family to me. When I have problem, I will just tell them, hey Suwan, this one like that, like that. Then Suwan will say, okay, this one, why don't we try this way?
How about Mariyati?
My sister, as you can hear, like that lah. Siapa? Siapa? Siapa?
It was actually at the peak of COVID, and everyone in the house was just very unwell. Parents were very unwell, so we came in very regularly, and then we supported the other caregivers who were involved at that time. I think knowing that we were there kind of helped to ease his mind.
Nazri, I just checked Mariyati, okay?
Okay, can.
Mariyati has never seen a doctor. So Mariyati she has severe ID. Communication is a major barrier. It can be very difficult for her to gain access and even navigate the health system, sometimes even with a caregiver. And that's why it's important sometimes for us to go into the house. Aside from physical health, of course, we can imagine psycho-emotionally how challenging it will be for him. But he didn't really have time to also grieve for his own health, because everything to him is that he has to take care of Mariyati. So therein comes our multiple conversations with him about the future.
Basically, my plans in the future, or rather in case I'm no longer around, is that my sister is being well taken care of lah. It's better for her to go to home because there's medical attention. So have suggested a few options, and one of the options is SNTC.
SNTC in general is the only trust company in Singapore that's non-profit. They may be a service for the family, but to ID Health, I think it's more than just a service. It's also friendship.
My first impressions was he was a very gentle person, and he was very concerned for his sister because he's the only direct relative left that she has. Because when we were discussing the future care planning for his sister, he shared with me further that he has other relatives, but he doesn't want to trouble them too much. And I took the opportunity to share more about Special Needs Trust Company. I think right now he is in a position where he feels more equipped to plan the final details of his own estate planning and the care for his sister.
I realized that, okay, it's good for my sister. In the event that I'm no longer around, my asset in terms of cash can go inside that fund, that trust fund. The other part is the property that I left behind. Because I'm a Muslim, we have to abide by the Islamic law of inheritance. 50% of my asset will only go to my sister. The other 50% will be shared among my cousins. That causes a bit of alarm to me.
It is a bit tricky when we're doing asset planning and finances planning for Mariyati, because he wants to ensure that all he has will be given to Mariyati. We had to engage a legal partner. Because it's a partner of ours, they actually have special rates for our families.
Usually clients like Nazri, because they have so much to deal with already. So often thinking about the future is something very scary and very overwhelming. We try to get them to focus on the now and what we can do now, and of course to reassure them that there are all these supporting organizations who can support whoever is going to lead their estate plan. ID Health has been really helpful in bridging the gap between the people who need the help and the various organizations or the various partners who can support all these needs. Because I think ID Health, they have social workers who look into not just, of course, the medical issues, but also the social aspect.
Growing up, I don't have the luxury of having toys. When I started my career, the first thing that I bought for myself is toys. I love collecting Lego, I love building Legos, I love die cars, and my passion is about cars. I guess my time of enjoyment is over. So it's like I need to focus on this thing. This lifetime commitment, you have to be there. When I was in police, right, the division that I joined, we are trained in such that you have to get things done, no matter how. No matter how you fall, you have to get up and move on. So those are the core values that I bring forward in my life. If you ask me whether I have fulfilled my parents' expectation, I would say no. I will still feel that there's more that I can do. That's the way that I am. Kakak. Mom. Drop. Wow. The future that I want to build is basically live life with no regrets. Let the hardship come to me and just be happy. I just want that. Seeing my sister smile, seeing my sister happy for the simplest of things, that is like getting number one in a race.